Coach Mike Sebaaly, North Idaho. Here we are in the resting room. Open mats going on today, so nothing exactly structured. You've got a few guys kicking around in here. Why don't you tell us about what's happening right now with the program?
So this summer we got some guys that are in town just working, and they come in on open mats at 12 o'clock on Monday through Friday, and they'll get their lift in when they can. But we have kids working at the resort, which is right down the street and right off the lake. We have kids that work at Silverwood, which is a great amusement park. So there's so many fun different things that these kids can do for jobs in the summer here to make some money. So we got some guys they come in on their lunch hour or whenever they get a chance to come in here and work when they're not parking those fancy cars at the resort or making some washing dishes or pushing the button to make that ride go. So
Coeur d'Alene, resort, amusement parks, beautiful lake. What's the attraction for somebody that wants to come to North Idaho?
There's something for everybody here. If you want to fish and you want to hunt, there's all the nature around here that you can find. If you want a little bit more urban city life, we're 10 miles from Washington. We're 30 minutes from Spokane, which is a major airport, flying in and out of. There's just so many opportunities here, and the tradition as well. You're going to be a part of something special. North Idaho College has won 14 national championships. North Idaho College has had 55 national champions. North Idaho College has finished in the top 10, 44 out of 51 years. Top 3, 34 years. This is a place you come to win. This is a place you come to win and move on and do better. And we provide all kinds of support to do that. And we want to win. And that's what North Idaho College is about.
Well, let's not lose some of those stats because you rattled them off quick.
Yeah.
10 times more top 10 finishes than anybody else?
Yeah. I mean, North Idaho College has been in the top 10, and Wrestler Report put out something. I think we're at 43. I think the next school is Colby or Iowa Central at like 30 something. So we have had a great tradition here, and it goes back a long time. Pat Wickham was the coach before me. He won 4 national titles. John Owen won 8 here. Dan Hogan was a soccer coach here. His father, Les Hogan, won 2 as the wrestling coach here. So there's just so much tradition here, and everybody's had a lot of success because we have support from the administration. We have support from the community. Wrestling out west is not as prevalent as you would find in the Midwest or the East Coast. So we get a lot of kids from Washington. There's one college program in Washington right now, Highland, but we're hoping they come back next year. They didn't wrestle this year. We're the only wrestling program in Idaho, and there's 2 in Montana. So in the Pacific Northwest, up in this corner, there's not a whole lot of opportunities, especially after Boise dropped a couple of years ago and things like that. So we're a great place that kids want to stay home and be able to wrestle.
So staying home, but also you're also looking for anybody that might fit into the community college format. What type of wrestler are you looking for that would be attracted to North Idaho?
The biggest thing is we're looking to have fun. This is supposed to be fun. If you have a job, it's not fun. This is fun. This is supposed to be fun. Winning is fun. Competing is fun. We all started wrestling when we were young because it was fun, and we just try to find ways to keep it fun. Earlier this week, I had a little bit of a injury playing handball. I got a calf strain, and so I am limping around on crutches right now, but it's supposed to be fun, and we try to find opportunities to play dodgeball. We try to have opportunities to make sure that this is still fun. And we recruit from all over the place. We had a kid from Mongolia on our team last year. We have kids from California. We have a kid from North Carolina who his father was in the military. He's been in Korea and Japan and placed at those places. We try to bring in a lot of different guys with some unique experiences because we can all grow and get better from each other in that short amount of time.
Well, you mentioned administrative support and community support, but you also give back to the community. Tell us what you do.
One of the greatest things that they do around here is they have the Shirley Parker Reading Program, and they were a big supporter of the wrestling program, and her husband was a big supporter of the school. He actually, we have a technical school that's in Rathdrum, about 10 miles from here. That's where all the career technical education is. Parker donated to that, and so we have HVAC over there. We have a carpentry program, auto tech, collision repair, trades that can get those kids into that workforce right away, and they can still wrestle. But the Shirley Parker Reading Program, we give every first grader in Coeur d'Alene a book, and kids go and read to them, and they just get a chance to be a part of that community. And we do a lot of great community outreach. One of the things that stunk this year, that was my favorite thing to do in my short time here was the Tri-State Tournament. It's a huge high school tournament that brings in teams from Oregon, Washington, Montana, Idaho. We had, my first year running that tournament, we had 50 plus teams in it, 60 plus teams in it, and 500 wrestlers. And it would have been the 50th year of it, so we're going to have the 50th tournament this December. But it brings in a great amount of, and it's because there's 5 state championships in Washington, and there's 4 in Idaho, and there's a couple divisions in Montana, and there's 3 or 4 divisions in Oregon. It gives them a chance to see where they are in the whole Northwest. And it's a great tournament, and it's an exciting tournament, and we're excited for that December 17th and 18th this year as well too. So it's nice to get back into normal and be able to do some stuff with that community. Normally we would have 3 weeks of wrestling camp as well. We weren't able to do that this year because by the time restrictions got lifted on dorms, and you're just across this, the border in Oregon and Washington, they're just having their state championships right now. Oregon's today. It's been a weird year and a little bit harder to come back, even though we're in Idaho. Out west, it's been a little bit harder to come back from some of those restrictions.
Yeah. So let's get to you. This will be your
third year.
So 2 behind you now.
Yep.
Moving on to your third. Came from Kansas.
I was in Kansas for 5 years before this. We won national duels my last year there. It was a program that hadn't done much before that I got there, and we had my last year there 6 All-Americans, 2 national champs, and 1 national duels. Originally from Buffalo, New York, so I've made my way all the way across the country. Slower on the Oregon Trail than some of those other ones, but it's beautiful out here, and it's those experiences help mold us, and I look to mold kids and send them on. And because of my varied experiences being out east and being in the Midwest, it's a great opportunity to move our kids on when we get that chance.
You wrestled D1 at Buffalo.
I did. I wrestled at the University of Buffalo under Jim Beekner. He was the head coach there now. John Stutzman was a wrestler that's a coach there now, and real excited for what the Bulls do there.
Yeah, it's a great program. Stutzman's a great guy. So how does the snow in Buffalo compare to the snow in Coeur d'Alene?
That's always the good answer, that when people ask me, well, how much snow do you get? Nothing compared to what I experienced
Right.
as a child.
Right.
Guys, I've been at, in Buffalo, I can watch 12 feet fall on my parents' house in 24 to 48 hours.
Right.
So, we get a little bit of snow here, but the lake effect isn't, even though we have a lake, isn't what like Buffalo gets. So,
Right.
a little bit of snow, but not too bad. And I enjoy the snow a little bit because you see it's beautiful on the mountains, and it's nice to drive up onto campus and see the snow on the trees. And if you walk around this campus, there's trees everywhere, mountains everywhere. It's just a beautiful campus, and the snow adds to that beauty in the winter.
Student athlete, resources. A wrestler comes to you. Maybe they don't have the best grades, right? So maybe that's the number one reason why they're here. Maybe not. There could be other issues. What kind of resources do you get from North Idaho?
North Idaho, we have free tutors for every class. We have a Cardinal Learning Commons area that they can go in there and they can do them. This year they were online or in person. They can sign up for them, or they have times that are scheduled for certain classes. Math 025 is now, Math 123 is now. You can come in there and get work one-on-one or with a group setting. Science, we have an English writing center. So, we provide resources. There's definitely everything here to help you be successful. And if you're not being successful, it's because you're choosing not to. It's actually harder not to be successful here.
Atmosphere. Community does support you. You mentioned that goes both ways. What's that gymnasium like on a duel?
It gets loaded up. When you have as much success as North Idaho does, people want to win. People expect to keep winning. And that trophy every year, we think it's ours, and everybody's coming for it. And it's been a couple years since North Idaho has won one, and we need to get back there and get it again. But we got great community support. We have a great booster club that supports all our athletic programs here. We have people that care about us, and we have MMA fighters that graduate from here, and this is a great place to train. Why wouldn't you leave? So there's a lot of MMA gyms or some with those UFC connections that stick around, and they'll come in here for their wrestling workout, or they'll ask, hey, can you send a couple guys and let them get a wrestling workout with us on their MMA days and stuff like that. So our kids get a lot of cool opportunities and experiences out here.
And along the lines of facilities, I got to walk through the locker room down there, saw the gym. I'm up here in the wrestling room now. You also have a trainer that is...
We're super lucky. Our athletic trainer, we got the best one in the country when it comes to wrestling. He's been the athletic trainer here at North Idaho College for 28 years, and he's made 28 NJCAA wrestling tournaments. He got inducted into the NJCAA Wrestling Hall of Fame this year. Randy Boswell is a great guy. Just got back from a trip in Poland, and sent pictures. He was working on McKenna's eye, and he's a great guy, and he cares about wrestling. It's almost like another coach when he gets up here in the room. And my first year, my wife we had a baby in November, and she ended up having to get readmitted from some stuff, and he traveled with the team. Him and my assistant coach took them, and they coached, and they did it all. He is a wonderful resource for us. He cares about those kids. He's really lucky that we have an athletic trainer that knows wrestling, loves wrestling, that travels with us everywhere. So wrestling's important to North Idaho, and it's a part of the fabric of this college, and it's exciting to be here for that.
All the boxes are checked. Facilities, resources for the student athlete, community support, going both ways. Beautiful area up here. What's not to love about North Idaho?
I can't think of anything not to love about North Idaho. It's just a really great place, and we're really, we're fortunate in that, and it's just got to keep working hard, and good things will happen. And we'll continue to have success, and we're going to continue to win because, wrestling is important here, and we're lucky for what we have.
Okay, well, thanks for your time. I think we covered a lot.
Cool.
Is there anything else you want to add?
I can't think of anything right now. Thank you.
All right, thanks Coach.